taking a beat pad. You just gotta try to do the math. I know you was doing bad. Tell me what I gotta do to laugh. Taking every color out the rainbow, different mix and use it when I do it, man. I will never take another direction, little things and they're gonna lose my track. Girl, when you see I ain't bad, I'm not looking love, you want that cricket cat. Can we just go on a coffee day, baby, and party train, hoping you cool with that. I just know that you would do that, because you wanna know and give me back. I just got you a place you could come in, the skate just don't need to get too attached, yeah. Looking at the esoteric rainbow, see what colors I'm in. Disappearing to the atmosphere, I'm becoming the wind. Putting all the sheep to bed, I'm the one that's stuck in the man. Whoever on the opposite side, we ain't fucking with them. I tell you now, you a predator. You always acting like an animal. You turned into a cannibal. Every chick I got the antidote. Just people that ain't the one to be paranoid. The discrepancies are backfire. Trust me, homeboy, it ain't gonna get you nowhere like a flat tire. It don't matter if you in a Jeep Cherokee or a Pathfinder. You could be talking to a nobody, you ain't know they had wires. Getting all the information from past pride. How you was conducting a man? How you gon' keep on taking, and you ain't got nothing to hand? And now I'm an Indian giver. We're in the middle of winter. Spring, summer, fall time, girl, can you go and just fix me a dinner? Right in the bed, you are fit to get picked up. I've been making you happy when you be mad. This is not Alice in Wonderland, but I just wanna take you on a beauty path. Yeah, I'm taking a beauty path. You just gotta try to do the math. I know you was doing bad. Tell me what I gotta do to laugh. Taking every color out the rainbow, different mix and use it when I do it, man. I will never take another direction, little edge, and not gonna lose my track. Girl, can you see how it's bad? I'm like you love me, want that cookie cat. Can we just go on a coffee day, baby, and party train, hoping you cool with that? I just know that you would do that, because you wanna know when you be back. Yeah, I just got you a place you can come in, the skate just don't need to get too attached, yeah. When I be going through the worst, I'm trying to do better again. And I ain't talking about the sky when I'm in the heavenly realm. I'm alive on earth, still can see me dead in the wind. Cause there's a lot of shit I've seen and heard I will never defend. Flying fast, no one better than hell. I'm on the right path. Can you show me where your life's at? I might turn around and bring the flight back. Yeah, don't care about all of your frontin', you doing who you in alignment with. Your mental's not the only thing sick, man, you might need some vitamins. You might need a yucca plan. Can somebody just tell me your who a plan? Yeah, soon as I came up on earth, they took one look at me and said, you the man. You gonna leave me if you in America, bitch, cause I need a man. Been through a lot of relationships where we ain't never be cool again. But you need a tutor man, cause you haven't been running a lot. Yeah, he done turned to a cop. Ask if he working or not. Yeah, I be stuck on another magic square, calling that hurting the plot. Back up on the right path, as I watch it, you're turning the clown. Oh yeah, I'm taking a beauty path. You just gotta try to do the math. I know you was doing bad. Tell me what I gotta do to laugh. Taking every color out the rainbow, different mix and use it when I do it, man. I will never take another direction, little things and not gonna lose my track. Girl, can you see I ain't bad? I'm like you love, you want that cookie cat. Can we just go on a coffee day, baby, and party train, hoping you cool with that? I just know that you would do that, because you wanna know and give me back. I just got you a place you can come in, the skate just don't need to get too attached, yeah.
The sounds of Haël'Ho, Yahlahué, bitch. Oh, better on that. And we're gonna talk about the spirit world a little bit, so y'all can know what's going on. So you can float in spaceships and stuff like that, and realize you in a mixed gumbo pot of some mixture, running around as some smack monkey animal or something. Oh, sad real shit. And I want y'all to be aware of opinion-based content. What is opinion-based content? Something like TikTok. Now, every now and then, you might get YouTubers. Now, you got genuine YouTubers, and then you got YouTubers who might be lost in the whole thing. It might be a robot or whatever the case may be. But anytime something presented as, hey, it's open for public opinion, and it ain't someone just talking to their people and allow it to be a public opinion. It's someone just doing something for the sake of open opinion. This is foreigner quality and stuff like that. 90 to 99% of the individuals on there are bullshit individuals in real life. So you don't need to be leaving listen to these like this. So they just flood people's platforms and podcasts with opinions that everybody know. No one will even want to talk to you in real life. So don't pick online. See, everybody coming up with some like foreigner quality that they got from Washi Shu, becoming a commentator. So they done made so many people weak, from women to men. Now they not even women and men, and they think this is the thing to do. be an ain't shit person in your actual life that no one care to listen to is coming out your mouth, but it's a podcast online that's open for public opinion. So that, and then that kind of lets you know too, is 90% of the feds and 10% of whoever get motivated to look like an asshole. Like, I guarantee your auntie ain't listening to you, your niece, your nephews ain't listening to you, your damn person with the damn slobber on the side of your face when you wake up in the morning ain't listening to you and shit like that. Yet you hop on a motherfucking podcast and think your opinion matters to anybody. That shit, wow. Shit be crazy. Oh, Sarah, shit, I be just listening and looking at that. I be like, man, ain't no way. No way in hell. And this ain't about to be the future. We ain't pushing that to the future. You get your little punk ass online. No, better than that. Oh, shit, y'all giving too much leeway for a damn Michael Buffer to become content creator now. No, let's leave Michael Buffer to be a damn dinosaur on wrestling matches and stuff like that too. We don't give a damn about them sports no more and shit like that. I'm saying no more get rich schemes. No more get rich schemes or just be flunky for no reason. It'd be like 90% of the people that you know damn well you will never want to have a conversation with that person if you work with them. You'll never have no conversation with them if you was their family member or something like that. Yet you get online, stumble across a podcast or something like that, some old reprobate up there giving their opinion about something. It's like, Lord Jesus Christ, ain't no way. No way. Like, hey, see, that's what I'm saying. We gotta get this shit the funk out of here. This is like this little white boy tactics for white boy to be able to get in and get their opinion that don't mean shit. This is like foreigners versus foreigners right now. Oh, I don't know further than that. Americans is foreigners, and everybody they brought over here who they trying to use ICE to get out of here is foreigners. Please, all y'all go back home. Jesus. Like I'm saying, like for real, like y'all all lost and retarded. All y'all fighting over some retarded game. Some land none of y'all live on. So all y'all ain't gonna die with none of that y'all fighting over and crying over. So I don't get how Europeans is fighting over America other than property that you gonna die and can't take with you. And then I don't understand how anybody else on this land talking about the white man stopping them from doing anything. All y'all going to hell, ain't got no culture. All y'all lost. I don't know what any of y'all fighting over. All y'all frustrated. Ain't no beaver waking up in the morning thinking about what y'all thinking about. Ain't no monkey waking up in the morning thinking about that's humans playing games with each other. Y'all think real life is Monopoly or something. Like y'all not even gonna be able to take y'all thought process to hell with y'all. Like y'all literally like I don't even know what they even arguing about. What is protest about in today's time? This is some dinosaur shit. Protest is a dinosaur. The government tactic of trying to get people involved is dinosaur. The manipulation, how it's just trying to update laws is dinosaur. Everything is dinosaur. It's like everybody is children. Literally, we're just looking at everybody. So it's babble. The babble mouth only survive on opinion-based subject matters and content. And no one gives a fuck about that. Everybody care about their culture right now. I don't even want to talk to my people. I don't even want to be involved in nobody who mental illness. Not trying to prove nobody with mental illness. And if the mental illness crossing any damn paths or whatever like that, it's forms of racism. It's forms of hatred. This person don't like themselves. Somewhere they don't belong in. And you got all them traits from white boy. And that's it. They don't go nowhere else. It should be going nowhere else in nobody's mind. If you spiritual. If you in reality or anything of that nature. You know what I'm saying? And my page ain't opinion, ain't no, I'm talking to my people. So if you in my chat, just a damn fan or a regular person, just leaving shit like you're trying to control a narrative or you want me to speak on something or something, I speak what the fuck. I'm a grown ass spiritual man. I talk about the fuck I want to talk about. And if I want to pay attention to the chat or not. I'm getting ready to talk about atmosphere once I finish this point off and we get 12 minutes in. I'm saying? So you can save your wet cotton ball knuckle caps and shit like that. Especially if I see a name and it don't even look like it's somebody I know in real life or I fuck with already. I'm saying? Real shit, you waste your motherfucking time. I don't use technology for what you trying to make us pay for technology to do on people. You know what I'm saying? I don't even talk about y'all stupid ass topics and shit like that. I make sense out of something and move the fuck on. Talk about what the hell I'm talking about. Something that should be more important. All y'all do is get jealous and start shadow banning shit and can't even do the job y'all trying to stop other people from doing. We got people off the streets, not y'all. Y'all trying to create other forms of getting people involved to create another way how a foreigner can tell other foreigners who here or not and slightly try to put a way that they can do that with Native Americans again or something like that, and then try to do it with the freedmen. So it's like a whole where white man can just go back to Europe. You know what I'm saying? Like we keep missing that discussion. And we ain't all about to relate Everybody go home. No, ain't no we need a government to be able to do these things. No, your government, you can take that back to Europe too. If we all can't get along, everybody just go home. If y'all don't know how to come up with no idea to live amongst each other, it's because you don't got no culture. Every day we start to see people with culture shadow ban. We start to see that's not what y'all want. Then anything happen after that is just people on people's faces. And then whoever frustrated with those type of arguments or promises on both sides, it's all foreigner. Foreigners, the Americans, or people they brought over here complaining about something. Nobody give a fuck about any of that shit. Stop making things that y'all cling to be important for people who don't. And it's more of the population that don't even care about what y'all doing. It's all made up. It's on the news. 98% of the population don't give a fuck. I ain't hear nobody's parents, nobody's nothing. It's like an online thing. Not even in California. It's like even Mexicans. And you know, I ain't even know Mexicans I know even into this shit. Like, so man, we in like, I swear, y'all get offline. It's something else going on online. Online, everything might not even be real that you think happening in real life, man. Ain't nobody panties or boxer briefs and a bunch the way we see these white boys on the news channels and these other ethnicities we see on TikTok and with these so-called protesters, man. Nobody in real life give a fuck about that shit. Like, that's what this shit is weird. Everybody I come across, every ethnicity, getting their business together, getting their music together, getting their shit together, saying fuck the news, saying I don't want to hear all that and things of that nature. So I'm trying to figure out where in the world is what we seeing online really at. So it just look government motivated. It don't look like nothing else. Look like it's trying to get somebody out their seat. Look like they actually mad at content creators. That's what it looked like. If old people can make that up, you know young people can make that up. And now I can see something like that. And somebody doing something wrong. Switch plans. Switch is going to become unhealthy. At some point, it's going to look like the reason y'all not stopping stuff is because y'all caused that in the first place. And then everybody going to be able to realize, oh, you caused that in the first place for actual citizens. That's why I don't seem like, that's why this crash out looks safe and civilized. And then we're getting ready to get some actual search and fritch, search and fritch from motherfuckers who's actually from here and shit like that. And that's all it's for. It's some white power shit being exercised against all ethnicities. That's what y'all need to understand. Or you could try to dive in a narrative all you want, bitch. You going into a rabbit hole. You going into a white rabbit hole. The end. And they get ready to make another Matrix about it or something. That's it. Get into anything that ain't got no logic behind it. White boys behind it. Ain't got nothing else to do with nothing else. Nobody even go through riots for the reasons that we seeing on the news. What reason? Oh, we 12 minutes. Let's get it. All right, like for real. Like, who's sitting around and saying, "Hey guys, we need to go out and go"? Man, that's man. No. This is weird. But yeah, when we get into this, man, we got funky ass humans trying to control people's minds and getting upset because they can't control people's minds. And people's minds ain't even own what they own. So we just seeing extreme projection right now. People want to control people's mind and mad because they can't make people think the way they think and shut up in some type of way. Ain't even got nothing with anything physical action. So an animal mind will manifest a situation to create some way to use military on citizens. The end. And ain't nothing, though. If you take it past that, you watch the damn news too fucking much. All right, now look, check it out, right? So when we get into atmosphere or what even the concept of what we are condensing and what are we becoming to be. So you really can't call it one or the other, however. But for the most part, it's telling you the mechanism that we come to be when we're creating a collection of thoughts that condense and become a feeling. And that feeling has the mathematics of synchronicity and relatability. And that condense as a well-oiled running machine organ that the spirit can use the mind and that body, that fleshly fluid, to be able to, you know, exist in a realm of reality. So when we start to talk about pockets and bodies, right, it's about being born out. So what are you trying to get out of? As a spirit, you create a mind, which you inside of, learn them information inside of that form, let it turn into inflammation, or organ, and then once you get out of your mind, you get to wake up and pluck that fruit, aka just your body, and teamwork makes the dream work. Fruit we eat in the actual world. And eat, fucking, and sleeping qualities. So these are forms of us making a heaven, right? But when we start to take that washing machine cycle and do it within the layers, right? You have a God body, sun and reflection in the moon. You know what I'm saying? Which is just all of us is a part of that. And the atmosphere and all the atmosphere condensing, becoming the sun, reflection of that moon, all of us, animals and things of that nature, and the two sides of the gender role, and sperm cell becoming egg cell. But for the most part, that's one thing as a mechanism. Sperm cell condensing, becoming egg cell. So it's mind, then fleshly fluid, sperm cell, then egg cell, organ. So look at your body itself as the feminine receiving end. So your body likes to receive, and it's receiving into the feeling of that bend in that became the organ. So that's what you're trying to please by when you're receiving. You're trying to receive. That's why even you eat and things of that nature, right? You're even receiving pleasure when it comes to sex for both genders, right? So at some point, you're allowing yourself to know that as a spirit, right? You externalize an exulsion. That's a mental form. And the less dense of it becomes what you think is your mind, atmosphere. Then it condense and become the fleshly fluid, or the feminine side, right? Which is the body or the organ. So when you create the mind, that's what you inside of as a spirit to get out of, to be in a body, wake up out the dream. So when it comes into your own ability to do that, if we're all in that same kind of aspect, you have the great spirit, then you have the great atmosphere, the great thought, then you have the great body, the sun. Then for you, you are a micro, ye as guys, you are a micro spirit, your own individual soul, atmosphere, your own individual mind, and your own star, your body. You know what I'm saying? So you know what's inside of you ain't seeing what's outside of you. So if you're in a world where you see a sun, then you know that you can't see that world outside to be a sun. And if you was outside of this world, you will have your own internal sun, being able to look at another person like you're looking at another human. So y'all concepts of stars is wrong. This is how NASA get lost and shit like that. How you could be born in the world amongst a lot of others. You could be born in the world amongst the holy ones. See what I'm saying? The spirits in lesser, lighter forms. Lesser, dense, lighter forms. Holy means light. So you know how you got here. Mind condensing as flesh. And then you make that on a broader existence. Another broader mind and another glorified body, flesh. Then you do it on another layer, right? So the layer that you are in human is becoming an atmosphere being. So you want to make an organ that represent the atmosphere. So that organ will be like a sun. See what I'm saying? Like a star, or however the case may be. But then that's your fleshly fluid to be pushed out into that form of reality. So you know how we got to get to earth, you're in the water, and as a fish, all y'all minds came together and condensed, and then now you can walk on earth. Earth, you're in wind, all that wind atmosphere condensed, and then you become the fire body. The lens is your fire body. So on our mind is our lenses to make the new organ to represent that world. So we make up the world with our imagination, and then we make the organ that represent that imagination, and that becomes the environment. You see what I'm saying? So let's say we see creatures, all the water that with our mind condense and become the pressure that makes the material of the earth. That's going to be our next life. Now we're land creatures. We're doing the same thing. It's all the same fluid, just different mathematical precisions of it. That's how you can see the clouds condensing and become water, and then evaporating and become air. Right? Now you're walking on land. You're in the bigger swimming pool, the broader layer. You call it air though. You know what I'm saying? So you walking on earth. Now your next glasses is air. Then once so you came from water, glasses was earth. Crushed in air, came an earth being, walk on land. Now you're on land, next one is air as a mental lens. Crush it all together, and it becomes the fire body, right? So the fire becomes your next glasses when you're the air being, because you're the earth being right now, so the air is your glasses, the thought. When you was a water being, the earth was your glasses, the land. See what I'm saying? So this lets you know everything is in reverse. As a spirit, we make the fire, it collapses and become water, cooled off, cloud. Then it collapses and become air, the transition, and then it could take shape and form before it condense, the earth. And then when we jump in it, we play it in reverse. So when we in that water, we're making the earth to walk on it. When we on the earth, we're in the air, we're making the air to walk on it. That's the fire one. So you see the sun walk on air. You see what I'm saying? And then once you get into the air body and the fire is your lens, then you become an atmosphere body, and then you're on the last thinking process on the beauty path to be born out in the Holy One's world amongst with God. So human ain't the last layer. Atmosphere is the last layer, and then you get your own atmosphere. So if you want to call that a universe, anyone in this universe can't see that universe and be like, I see a star. No. That's just like saying you're next to a person, you can see a person's heart and their chakra that made the heart. So the heart chakra and the heart. You can't even see past the person's chest, let alone the heart, let alone the heart chakra that made the heart. The mind. All of these is minds that bend in and become all your organs. All your organs is brains. Your gut brain, your heart brain. You see what I'm saying? Your dick and pussy brain. You know what I'm saying? So you got to peep game. So here's how you reach the egg in the first place. You made it. It's not you being amongst others and one person reached it before you. Everybody could be born within their own circumstance and their own parenting system, just like you did here, being inside your mother and your father. It's the same thing. So when a woman is pregnant, it's not the man shot a bunch of sperm cells and all the sperm cells in the sperm fluid was different people. All the sperm cells in the sperm fluid is everything it takes to make sure all the organs is built. Pardon me. Once you create a mind as a in a certain area, let's say the root area, as a spirit, you create a mind there, fill it up. So you're inside of it with imaginations, and then you exert it from the inside out and become a fleshly fluid within you. Right? So when we start to talk about what you're making and shit, these is mind states condensing and becoming fleshly fluid. Well, I had another point too. I missed my point. All the sperm cells. Yeah. So we're actually showing ourselves how we made our organs and how we join together and make another organ for another spirit to come here. So how we all do this with ourselves mentally. Teamwork makes the dream work. That's enough for it to be fleshly fluid. And now this is how we come in, ushering in with each other. So your children is your ancestors, and you are your parent ancestors. That's what I'm saying. And you could go switch families and stuff based upon who you have the most mental connection with. That become who you share organs with or close proximities with in your next washing machine cycle once you just die. So it leads up to you'll be here 3 to 4 times into a 300-year process come up, and then you're fully your ethnicity you was 300 years ago. So you go through mixtures. So it'd be last pieces left, but it's just for you to continue the washing machine cycle. And then now y'all humans is at a point that y'all time to get to the become atmosphere beings. And that's the only reason I came back. You know what I'm saying? Get everybody on their shit. So you're on your indigenous land and in the Holy One's world, in the atmosphere world. You don't want your spirit being inside of a mind, a piece of the atmosphere that you plucked out from the Great Spirit, just being lost. And all the imaginations it took for you to get there and be lost. And you ain't got the body no more to start making new experiences. So you ain't gonna know the difference. And you only gonna add on what you only knew when you was woke, when you had the ability to get grace. And it take a long time for those winds, minds, if they got grace, to get out of that own sun pocket of hell, getting ready to go to the east, that could go to a cooled off spot back to where those natural seeds of atmosphere, thoughts, and in the environment was planted first, aka your ancestors and your homelands and your motherlands. And that's how long it take for you to get out of that hell if you got grace. But you always go back closer to the percentage scale that your spirit had control and amongst other spirits to usher each other in with this washing machine cycle, shit like that. So I'm saying, so you have to peep game on that too. So when we start to talk about the destruction slash relatability dichotomy. That shouldn't be a dichotomy. There's a relatable way for destruction. This is how we was even hunting and killing animals and stuff, because their lack of comprehension and them being on an evolutionary food chain. So all of those are qualities to a spiritual connection. But at the same time, when we start to think about, all right, if you're bringing life in the world, you could get lost into how you see yourself, not self-reflecting right, and self-project wrong. And since we all seeing the same thing in our own individual way, you might self-project wrong. So you might think sex or bringing a child in the world is destructive. Or you might think this world we in is hell that you got to get out of and go on some imaginary heaven in your mind. And that's false and things of that nature. Because in all actuality, for you to even get here, sex was had. And sex deals with relatability and synchronizing. So something has to be in sync mentally and physically, all the way to that. And relatability comes from that. Something can't relate if it can't be in sync. If a screw don't go to that bolt, it can't relate. So because it ain't in sync. So that bolt, that screw have to go towards something else, it relate, or its size. See what I'm saying? So, pardon me. So these are qualities beyond sex that the spirit, train of thought, and line of reasoning supposed to be on. You see what I'm saying? So you're supposed to see that quality everywhere. Even when you see others not able to find that within inside themselves before they self-project it, so you'll be able to help them also. So when it comes into you having a mind state that represent the best quality that you can, that represent relatability and synchronizing, that mind condense and become God's fleshly fluid when God is in more harmonious energy other than harm energy. So this takes us into the hey ha ho hu he and the patakata maha dahala baha zaha for the building of the language of the native language and shit, and the Algonquian and shit. Right. And even the Sioux languages and shit like that, and then the net language. But for wherever we at, we start from that basis and then built around the atmosphere and the land that represent that, and then we all have that internal connection what we're talking about. So when you get into that aspect, it's let you know what area inside of you represent what area every continent, and also on your own land on a micro scale. And that's the holy holies giving you message, even if it's not a word, of how to do something the absolute way, the way the great mind think. For an example, if you another species, but we all as spirits create the ability to think, and since we don't all live in your thought, that means there's a great spirit, so it did a great thought, right? Just because a monkey can't swim like an alligator doesn't mean both don't need to get across a river. So there's an absolute way to survive. And so we'll call it swimming and crossing the river or whatever the case may be. So whether you're mentally all the way condensed into your physical and your spiritual root race is capable or not, there was something that did something and thought about something and did something that way before you. And whether that thing around you or not, you know that there's a right or wrong way to do it. You see what I'm saying? Whether you have to go through an experience or not. And you're going to see other minds and bodies, species, do some traits better and some traits worse. And you're going to see your spirit root race and mind and body do something right and do certain things wrong. So an alligator could swim across that river without what a human might need, like a boat. And a fish might need what a giraffe might need. But if something was to happen and we all need to get a river, there's only one way to do something: swim. See what I'm saying? So at some point, is getting you to understand we don't all come from something, but there's an absolute way to do something. And your ability to find that within you goes to healthy self-reflecting, shadow work. And then when you project, you're finding the most relatable way is in sync with a way you found that same trait, nature inside of you in nature somewhere, even if it don't look like you or have the same mathematical precision. And the more you can't find that, you need to understand you're lost outside of yourself. And when you go back inside of yourself, it's something you're supposed to automatically find and destroy it if it's something that you're projecting you shouldn't project it. or start to pay attention to that and start to value that. If it's something it's a side of you that you haven't been seeing, that you should start paying attention to, and let that little light inside of you shine outwardly so others can see it and start to get that add-on energy and be amongst your kind or like-minded individuals. So when you finding that type of that quality outside of you, going back to how you got here, you know that's how you get out of here. But you're not going nowhere because we share this existence, spiritual space. But we create worlds, different minds, and then we can share our worlds together in this existence when teamwork makes the dream work. All of our minds collide and become a universal atmosphere and an environment. So we all are able to experience what we all know how to do with our own ability, but from a subjective point of view. And based off comprehension, that lets us know how to compare and contrast who's on a washing machine cycle longer, birth, life, deterioration, and death path longer. So that lets you know your spirit don't die. Your spirit is the observer, and the only thing real is experiences. So we have life experiences, death experiences, prosperity experiences. All of these are internal things before we even built physical forms to have that reality of it. So you never need to chop any of these things up. All of these things need to be appreciated. Death, birth, life, appreciation. All of these things are qualities that you bypass, that a person is subjectively doing because it's second nature, like breath, to even attract, if he's a man, your mother to have sex for you to be here. These are a lot of things that we're doing, building up the neuron, building up the actions to physically carry out that ritual and spell. So whatever in our mind is the witchcraft, and whatever we do with it, with our body, is the ritual and spell, and your spirit is the practitioner of that. So your spirit create tools, mental forms, and then it condenses, and you could do things with them when you create enough of them. It become blood, adrenaline, organs. So your spirit's supposed to understand you a double-sided sword, and you're supposed to keep both sides sharp. Your mental side sharp and your body side sharp. So your mental side will be your masculine, your body side will be your feminine, and then when you jump in the body, is in reverse. Your body can play out like externalizing things like masculine, but it can also receive things like feminine when you're receiving other people's thoughts. You know what I'm saying? So everything is in reverse and has a yin and yang, but at the same time, it's your spirit letting you know you're creating this attribute, and you're just keeping track of each layer of it, and you're deciphering with dichotomies what may be masculine, what may be feminine, where feminine is just a collection of what we're calling masculine. And if masculine is a spark of something, and if that spark start to collect in one area, fulfill in one area, it's now fluid, moving. A frequency, motion picture start to become, a frequency start to become a motion picture, a vibration. And then once they do that long enough and add on to it, it becomes impactful, energy. And the spirit is supposed to be correlating that. So when you make a image, you make multiple images, it condense and become a motion picture. So you get astral projection, astral traveling. And that's really technically what masculine and feminine is. Masculine is just something in its lighter stage before it becomes heavy. So when you add multiple masculines, the one after the first one, let's say you have a vision. That's the first masculine. Let's say you add on to it. Let's say you have a vision about a beach. Then you have a vision about water. The first vision will be the Father. The second vision will be the second coming, because these are things you externalizing. Now, once you externalize enough of it, you're inside of your imagination experiencing it. Now it becomes an emotion. Thank you so much for the Cashapp. I couldn't see the name. So now it becomes an emotion and things of that nature. So now just a collection of masculines become what we call feminine. You know what I'm saying? So we get to see masculine in motion. So masculine in motion is this frequency becoming vibration, masculine becoming feminine, and things of that nature. So when y'all get lost into confusion in the world, oh, the woman is God or the man is God, man and woman is not even talking about male or females. This is why when you don't go in the woods and act as an animal or a plant, a real man or a woman, that's some human shit. You know what I'm saying? You're either a male or female, and you got mental characteristics you're trying to strive for, that you try to compare and contrast and see the pattern of which one match more on a percentage scale for one or the other. So we did that. What becomes more external or masculine or separate, external or separate, we're considering that to be or less dense, we're considering that to be masculine. And what becomes more condensed or a collection or multiple, we're considering that to be more feminine before we even get into male or female. So when we look at the traits of a male and female, a male know how to get out of a collection of thoughts that become an emotion or a mood. A female may automatically be in a collection of thoughts that become an emotion. So it takes her time to deal with her emotions, separating the colors of the rainbow so she can see one for the other and then get back to logical thinking, aka get to some lightness or whatever. And then sometimes it takes a man to develop emotional intelligence because he might just be single-minded or whatever, just in one color of the rainbow, not understanding the other necessities, the other intuitions, the other emotional intelligence it takes to be a full rounded, well-oiled running machine, spirit, mind, and body. You know what I'm saying? So you'll be able to see how, okay, as a spirit, at this time, just because you're on this side of me, you're taking the woman, and this, and I'm taking the man. Next time, I might take the woman, or you might take the man, however the case may be. And that goes into other dreams and shit, but I don't want to go all far into that. But we actually know how to break these things down, and you could pick what gender your child want to be too, and shit like that. I mean, your child will, or at least the organs you're going to make. So what spirit jump into it, it'll be one that's got a mind state that connected with your mind states to be inside of each other. But we also could all work together as a team too to know what kind of DNA we're making for it to be a boy or a girl. And some of y'all, sometimes y'all do this by default because you got no choice. You're going to do what I'm talking about anyway. Y'all just don't know the mathematics of it. For an example, right? If you a man and a woman, y'all fucking out of Walt Disney kind of concepts, like it's unplanned, y'all kind of fucking because y'all bored or y'all liked each other out of lust or however the case may be. Y'all unsure, both of y'all got a bunch of cloudy thoughts on y'all mind, but y'all just convinced that y'all like each other, whatever the case may be. Okay, that's gonna be a little girl. You know what I'm saying? Now, if there's a kind of I don't want to say manipulation, but a plan, whether from the man or the woman, where there's a lot of effort, but for all, like, it can even be white magic at times. When a person do something, but they had it planned, it wasn't that they was doing stuff and it could be a mistake. Even if they had a child and the child was a mistake, the child itself wasn't the mistake. The plan that the man or the woman did to fuck the person was more of a surety than someone that's fucking out of necessity, out of lust. Y'all might not even be planning, y'all just attracted, and the plan is less on a percentage scale. But when you got on the other side, there's a square in the mind, a thought pattern laid out, not just the vibe, genuine, and then that's small on a percentage scale. No, it's more on a percentage scale of, yeah, I'm emotionally don't really give a fuck, but I know this is what I gotta show because this gonna allow me to her to let me hit. Or if the female, yeah, I don't really care about emotionally like that, but I know I gotta let him hit because this is what it takes for him to pay my bill type shit like that. Somebody gonna have a little boy. Y'all about to have a little boy. You know what I'm saying? Now, if that planning square mental mathematical in the mind, y'all not making enough X or the Y chroma, whatever they call that. If both parties or one or the other is in more mental energy, because that's where their spiritual space at, of making the makeup of, oh, I just like this person, and that's why we fucking. So it's lesser on a percentage scale of, I got to show this person something and let me fuck kind of energy. You know what I'm saying? Then y'all got to have a little girl. But if any party is adding a lot of percentage scale to the emotions, is retracted. But then you're using white or light magic. But yeah, I know these are things I got to show because Walt Disney or whatever like that. So this is the only way I am going to be able to hit because I like them, male or female. Then that's when you have a little boy. You see what I'm saying? And that's how y'all be doing it by default without even knowing it. So I just gave you game on that. But you could go deep and start planning these things and all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Your mind is what's condensing and becoming an organ. So as spiritual meditation, it gets deeper than just clearing out thoughts. And then getting that time where you start pondering thoughts, you got that clairvoyance energy to be able to look at all your thoughts now clearly. That's a replenished depletion of you developing healthier blood cycles. You might be had a mind state you was developed based upon being lost spiritually somewhere in esoteric Babylon inside a great spirit. And then for the most part, your mind probably was, you probably developed the wrong mind because you was in the wrong area as a spirit. So you got the wrong spaceship now, the wrong mind, and then it condensed as actions that led to mistakes. So we ain't even talking about health problems. There's actions that led to mistakes. So that lets you know you need to make a better spaceship. You need to get out of that kind of mind state. So as a spirit, you get out of that state, them cities and states in Babylon, and get in another gas, liquid, solid state of awarenesses, different state, different awarenesses. Then when that bend in, it become your blood flow, your adrenaline, and then it plays out as actions that you take that's more relatable to yourself as a spirit, being an observer. Pardon me. You know what I'm saying? You like, okay, yeah, I like this experience. I want to add on to this. I want to bring this in the world. I want to be around more spirits that like-minded people, aka spirits that's in that esoteric world that you're traveling to. So y'all got similar glasses. Y'all see the same vindicators on the streets that someone who ain't on y'all city block can see. So even though if y'all got different opinions, even if y'all arguing, y'all seeing the same thing. That's your tribe. Stick with them. Don't mix and match. Somebody from another block come and rock all y'all to sleep with some property tax. And even in the mental world, it's already going on right now. I'm telling you, it's already going on. But boom, you go there. You know what I'm saying? And then look at for people in there and shit. And then all that adrenaline start to bend down into the 1, 2, and 3rd dimension. And you start manifesting people that's more into your shit. And now you feel better doing what you was doing, other than getting validation issue, not being sure about shit. You know what I'm saying? And then putting your gift and talent that probably could have been gold in the back seat because it wasn't what Walt Disney set us up to think was successful. And they're doing the Walt Disney shit online right now too. Got to have likes, got to have views, you got to have this, you got to look like Adam 22s or something like that. And shout him out. I don't wanna put out energy to make people think I hate them or whatever the case may be. It's just when I get hated on for reasons I don't understand, everybody gotta get it. But at some point, I don't hate nobody. I just use people for examples on how to compare and contrast so y'all can see what's being done to me and what we even shouldn't be supporting when we see that done elsewhere and stuff like that. But at the same time, when we get into the mind, the atmosphere, right? That's your own micro atmosphere for you that condensed to become a fleshly fluid, and that's how we make organs. But you might not know how to make organs even for yourself. Lack of vulnerability energies within yourself. This is how you build internal layers. You need time with yourself and outside of other people's mind to build that up. So you're not in some type of opinion-based validation issue circumstance. So what you think about yourself is based off the opinion of strangers. And that's why I tell y'all I have to be careful about also getting online, because when we have people in government that this is their only talent, then they're trying to make that seem like it's normal. And anything in their mind that's opposing to them, they're going to demonize. But here's where you can't find no purpose no more. And in order for you to survive, you got to do some lame ass shit. You got to do some lame person shit. You see what I'm saying? So you'll even if you just a spectator, you will get online and see people that no one even in their real life would be talking to, feeling fully comfortable about their opinion about anything. And then they start using we and us. They don't do that with us natives. They don't start that shit. But some of y'all foreigners, y'all FBAs need to check these foreigners and stuff like that, because they have blend in with y'all, then start using indigenous shit and things of that nature, and then let white boy come in there and blur the lines even more with AI shit, right? And then before you know it, it really was just a white boy tactic to have us all arguing amongst each other again. You see what I'm saying? But so that's that trash in our yard that it ain't our fault we put in there. Y'all got to get spiritually equipped. We in a new time. Y'all can't be bullshitting in today's time. If you want your children to have something when they become your age, and they can actually say something and be about something. They don't have to just work for some people born from another continent and then bringing people over here who can't support themselves, so we can't look at them the same. Because they try to do that shit too, try to make it seem like all of y'all, and then try to include natives, but they include freemans and stuff like that. Like we all need to go against Mexicans was here before a lot of the people, but they try to make it seem like all of us need to help the Americans, which is England people, be our rulers. That's pretty much what it is. Like make it seem like we're fighting for something we trying to fight back for. America ain't no culture. America is people from England just bringing a bunch of foreigners over here and then making it seem like foreigners is a problem now. So it's like just trash. It's just trash individuals. It's like we got to clean up after white boy, basically. Native Americans, we got to clean up after the white boy. White boy creating problems and trying to play hero by being the savior of problems they created. It would be no such thing as immigrant being a legal immigrant if white boys wasn't illegal immigrants on this land and then trying to create a property tax because they're trying to stay on this land. So any fight for land and then white boys saying we got to establish law for this property to go right, all of it is going to hell. It's white boy being racist and doing some shit he had to get rid of Native Americans to do to control foreigners to do it over here. And then got the nerve to make civilians a part of that bullshit. You see what I'm saying? It's like weird. They're all criminals. Every last one of them is criminals and things of that nature. That's the highest criminality I've ever seen. The government and the people they bringing over here. That's criminality. Ushering on other people's land who don't even think like that. We don't even have that concept, or whatever the case may be. If Native Americans made borders, trust me, that we might be more racist than everybody. I'll tell you the truth, it'll be it been had a damn border. Trust me, it won't be no guns created over here. It won't be no pornography over here. You know what I'm saying? It won't be no retarded shit. What's the point of pornography when it's certain ceremonies, everybody running around naked anyway? What's the point? A person would never come up with plucking from the land to create tax dollars to make a sex doll at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see, white boy ain't even satisfied. It went past damn pornography, and now you need a sex doll 24/7 in the household. Come on, G. Come on, G, lowercase g. We ain't about to bypass no pervert shit, man. People got the wrong problems. I think we worried about the wrong shit. And eventually we're going to start realizing that we're using money and tax dollars for shit that ain't really no purpose for anymore. There really ain't no purpose for military no more. Like any concept of war, that's some government type stuff. Every continent is Britain colony. Everyone. China, everyone. Ain't no such thing as a country going against another country. Everybody got cell phones. Everybody got machines, resources and shit. Ain't nobody going to war. That's some citizen shit. That's some against us type shit. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me on that one. We talking about grown, funky ass old man that can't do nothing but send young people to war. Ain't no war. Ain't none of that and stuff like that. That's all the CIA behind computers. This is a psyop on citizens. And citizens shouldn't be getting practice militia on because we're not in a time where that's needed. I said it's kind of not needed. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm going to tell you how deep this is. The feds got to create crimes. They got to make good people bad people. You see what they do to me online. You see what they doing to everybody else. Criminals, white-collar criminals, blue-collar criminals, a lot of shit in jail where people are already in jail. The drugs and the guns, don't let no government say, well, we're going to clean up drugs and stuff. No. Don't let them do that. We're not talking about that. When I say get rid of drug dealers, I'm talking about the government. So you need to understand this is their doings. You know what I'm saying? That is their doings. This ain't no concept where they need to control citizens or whatever the case may be. No, all of that is government tactics. All the way going back to the gold rush in California. So I don't even get it. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. I don't even get it. Like, we're funding something that we don't need. So at this point, they're creating problems. They have to create what they call that protest. They have to create outrage. We see the same people writing the script for these rappers and shit like that. Manufacture crash outs. So they have to turn good people into bad people to exercise trying to play God. That's really what you're getting when you got government or law. It's white boys trying to play God. And since people not even in the mental space of doing extreme crimes, they're the ones is only one showing that they're the criminals at this point. But they're using a system that once upon a time, it may have motivated you to be a dumbass and want to be a Malcolm X or to go ahead and shout out him. But I'm just talking about the tactics, wanting to be in people's faces. Your only solution is fighting and weapons and shit like that, and wanting to do what the white man did. Hey, we need a boat. We need foreign exchange. We need to be all on the street with M16s and shit like that. Man, they even made y'all do that to create an excuse to start hitting y'all with water hoses and nightsticks and stuff. Like all of it is retarded. All of that mean there's a lack of culture somewhere. People not busy with real things. If the woman was busy making the jackets again, and then if the men was busy being creative, creating the goddamn circumstance that even make the kids all go together and stuff like that, it wouldn't be no little baseball in the back of the damn truck, 5 miles per hour going to baseball practice crew or shit like that. It'd be a cut grass crew that all the kids could do on their goddamn own, that the men have already created, and they're doing it on a more evolved stage based upon age range. Is going to represent occupation you have no choice to do if you're on these lands. So you work to live free amongst the land, not work to be in debt. So y'all working to pay y'all bills, but y'all working at these very same places that you could work there because you to live for free. So that's your job. So that's your reward. It ain't really a reward. Our job is protecting motherland. So that's even doing things to keep us replenished. You know what I'm saying? So let's say everybody who want to work at the water departments for each territory, for that city in the piping system, right? All y'all got a few streets per block. Every occupation got a few streets per block where everybody who do that stay in those collection of houses. And if you want to live for free with no bills, that's your communion to the community. Doing something you love to do, and you get to live for free on the land because that's what you're doing for the land. So you're not working for bills, you're working for your conveniences. You know what I'm saying? So I like to get it like that. Like, fuck China and all that shit. If I'm buying something, I'm going to a Chief Sachem, another Native American or free man we pick, or Puerto Rico or whatever. Let's keep it short though. You know what I'm saying? Because anybody who fuck with me, you're gonna be a part of shit. But you know what I'm saying? Get raised up. Let's say I run Ohio, Indiana. If I'm buying something for convenience, it's because California and the chief there got something I don't got. So that's why we're bargaining and exchange. Like, it's all in-house. We ain't caring about China or nobody else no more. Or other and Africans and stuff. No, it's all in-house. So y'all freedmans too. Y'all stop using that black term and stuff like that. You mix with Native American or the white man, some Spangler, or some Arab and stuff. You some mixed melting pot right now. So find your hardest percentage of something and just call yourself the free man, a free woman. Get out of these legal terms soon as possible so you can start getting back into tribe nation calling, and therefore your DNA and what you is, you can start fresh and then start there. But goddamn it, name your goddamn self now, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Name your goddamn self now, bitch. You know what I'm saying? You up under some shit where the white man could just be like, well, 2,000 years ago, black people was here. Shit. The black concept was just created in 1960 or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So this is some whole lostness. So y'all don't understand that y'all be using white people talking points. Y'all freedmans. Especially y'all Pan-Africans and shit. Y'all will say things like, black people been everywhere. That's a white person talking point. Black is not a DNA or race, and no group of people who had a language. And then, so for the most part, black was made from people who are getting mixed by African tribes and the white man and Arab and us Native Americans for you to be here. You know what I'm saying? And for me to even have a piece of y'all and me. So let's get that clear. You know what I'm saying? For the most part. So when you say black folks been at, white people be laughing at y'all because it don't exist. That don't exist. That's an oxymoron statement. Black people been everywhere. What people been everywhere? And when you try to generalize black, you're lost in some Masonic 1960s. We need to make all ethnicities don't care about their blood and what's flowing through them, and make them all call themselves one thing so we can run America with white power. This is what you preach. This is why they allow Hebrew Israelites to sound the way they sound, Pan-Africans to sound the way they sound, but yet they fund it with HBCUs and shit like that and things, and they'd be up here talking about cracker this and white man devil that, yet they got the hardest platforms, yet you see them getting funded the most and shit like that. You see them getting funded right out of college and shit. You see what I'm saying? These white people know what they be doing and shit. They know what they be doing. You got to be native to understand that, though. You just can't be somebody arguing over what white man had to kill for and start there. That this is what y'all do a lot of times, though. That lets you know you got a little bit too many foreigner thoughts. A little bit too many. Find that free man and that free woman in you a little bit. Or find the native in you a little bit if you got it. Some of y'all don't got it. But try to find some where a spirit been at for a long time. And based upon circumstances, something got crippled from them. Try to find, if you can't find that, you just a foreigner in general. You know what I'm saying? You're just a foreigner in general. And you probably don't even care about these type of topics anyway. You probably just say, man, I don't care about that. What Kamala talking about? That's probably what you into or something. I don't care about that. Who just won in sports? Like, that's it. You know what I'm saying? You don't care about having a whole thing where you create the sport and all continents get excited. And this is something y'all like to do. Now we can make money. Once something is profit first from motherfuckers who didn't even create it or know how to do it, it's watered down. The people who even created it don't even want to deal with it anymore and shit like that. I'm saying real shit. Somebody trying to rock someone to sleep or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we got to start looking. This is about, listen, we're in too much war mind. And that's not even directed in the right way. Go to war with something inside of yourself first. So when you come out in the war energy, because you're in the war spiritual world, you're fighting for something that makes sense. So it can't even be changed and remixed as a narrative to be put in a light, even if you're using certain terms that the meanings behind it is in certain lights. The spirit and the energy behind it, the spiritual space you at and the mind state you're coming from to attack that angle being in this lost world or shit like that is just from a different space. You're closer to the great spirit. It can't be used for no forms of toxicity, parasitic energy, manipulation, vampiric energy. It just can't be. And it ain't what we do, is how we do it. You could be using the same words, same actions. It just don't get the same response as negative. It get more grace, more I can understand that. More of I can't use my manipulation on that, even though those are all the actions I should be using my manipulation on. If you're a negative person in the cult, that lets you know that's pureness, that's godly. And your spirit is showing you, I need to see something because that's something I'm supposed to see inside of myself. So destroying that is like destroying the opportunity for me to see that piece of me inside of myself. You only got help to be more relatable. You see what I'm saying? This is how you could be a person and look somebody dead in the face and make them put the gun down if you beefing with them. Now, I did that before. I said a few times, but like a person don't know what they do, and then you could see in the mentally, you could go a little further and make a person turn their hand and turn the gun on them, because they with guilt. It's some type of guilt. It's a technology God give you. It's like a good technology the Great Spirit give you. Like, don't try to put yourself out here to put yourself in a situation and do. No, it got to be called for. So you can realize what kind of light you got. Not, oh, I got the mathematics. I got this light. Let me see if it works. No, everything is an experience. And in the middle of these experiences, you better believe I ain't think that was going to be the outcome. But bitch, by that being the outcome, it let me know it's some power to that. Because I've been around others and that wasn't the outcome. You know what I'm saying? So that shit go beyond, when you go through and beyond that, but just regular life experiences, man, that shit melt away even when it come into cults, whatever they practicing. And then getting in the government and them trying to play God over people. You can only look at that like it's a kid and they don't know no better. You're dealing with real life first, then that. And then that ain't even something to do. So that lets you know when people are absorbed in that, they don't even got a life. They're walking dead. Because when you got actual life, you actually done something, you can spot a kid a mile away, no matter how old, what adult that they is. And this is something you ain't even going to sit and care about. And if somebody asks you about it, you're going to spend a couple minutes on it, but it's going to be the clearest cut the direct kind of concept. Let's make the most sense out of it. And if we can't make sense out of it, we ain't about to keep talking about it then, bitch. And it wasn't made to make sense out of. And if we can make sense out of it, all right, let's make sense out of it and move on to the next. Man talk. That's it. You don't see that in politics. You don't see that in the world. You don't see that in the world and shit like that in today's time and shit. You know what I'm saying? So people busy with traumas in their mind, flunked out ass, teamwork energies of all being frustrated and flunked out and shit. So nobody dealing with their internal energies, and they all self-reflecting, being damaged as individuals. And that ain't healthy when we got 90% of government, middle class, and lower class, and everybody in ICE and police damaged as individuals with jobs. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna keep that 100. Common sense ain't a motherfucking crime. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Common sense ain't no motherfucking crime. That ain't no motherfucking crime. You know what I'm saying? So we all gotta like peep game and understand what's actually going on in these times. Your mind is your next layer of body that can make a more sufficient than this, way more sufficient, so you could become that type of organ, so you could get ready to get pushed out. Same way you got pushed out of your mama here. And I would have went in like a little deeper into details and stuff like that, but I don't get paid for this shit and things of that nature. I just want to keep putting my shit out there, whatever the case may be. But, you know, for personal conversations with people around me. But I am about to start dropping books. I just been calculating on how to do that too. You know what I'm saying, because the type of world we in, the disrespect is at an all-time high. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could go into details of how I be disrespected and things of that nature, but yeah, I refuse all that. I'm a grown ass man and shit. So if I don't see things fair either, like I don't want no parts of none of that, and I'm gonna work as hard as I can to evaporate that shit. You know what I'm saying? So that shit just gotta go. So whatever people doing, we all in the washing machine cycle. But it just gotta go at this point. It ain't no. Because I don't exercise racism, and don't do the hateism and the prejudice on the extreme level it was done to me, and how it still be done, and how I don't see that done on other people. And then to have people who watch me and other people and family and friends and stuff and point out shit and things of that nature. Like in my mind, like I never ever want to be a part of that government. You know what I'm saying? So it can't be nothing to do with voting. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to culture or whatever like that, and with established on this land and for people to be peaceful or something like that, I'm all for that. But anything else has to be rejected or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? That has to be. You know what I'm saying? That's just like being around perverts. You know what I'm saying? That's just being around perverts. I'm not necessarily on that or whatever the case may be. Like that's like somebody hating you but for no reason though, and motivating you to be a certain way. So it's like, even from the shadow banning and the demonetizing, these cats sat up here, showed y'all them harassing me, and showed y'all they don't give a fuck by demonetizing me for harassment. So I'm demonetized for what they're doing to me, and they're trying to do it like a joke. So it's like how they was playing on Young Pharaoh and everybody and stuff like that. It's like, I can't have white boys sitting around involved in shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need online to survive or whatever the case may be. I'm just saying, like, I'm a real person. I got a child. When I get online, it's entertainment, whatever. I don't get online and pay for no phone bill to be getting no fucking military shit done on me for some entertainment purposes, and then to sit up here and have really a lot of people in the world, because they shadow banning my shit, and even for me to see them constantly steal and regurgitate on the news channels as if they not the same people. Nobody got time for that, like, for real. Hell fucking no. Look at this shit. This is what I'm demonetized for. An astrologer. Even the pages I'm talking about people ain't warranted for harassment. These people sit up here and fund the very harassment concept. When your name, putting other people in the title, talking about their traits, what government fashion they're a part of, or what sports fashion they're a part of, they wasn't raised right, all these opinions and shit like that. These cats flood my channel of me just talking about some spiritual shit and then demonetize me for that. Like, you see what I'm saying? Look at this. Extreme look. Even my Archangel Uriel page, that ain't even got no videos on there for like a whole year. Look at this. So they're following me around. That page don't have nothing on there. No harassment or anything. Look at this. The Archangel Uriel page. I can't monetize it because severe policy violation. On my Archangel Uriel page, all astrology. Then when you try to ask them why, it's attached to the page, this page, that's just demonetized for harassment. But the Archangel Uriel page is demonetized by being attached to this page for harassment. But the reason it's saying the Archangel Uriel page is demonetized is because severe policy, severe policy violation. So once again, every time there's no logic behind something, white boys involved. So ain't no way I'm just about to be sitting up here getting extreme racism all these years and shit, but them doing it every day because they're in some type of mind state to make it seem that they think we don't know that's the government. And people that think, you know what I'm saying? And Elon Musk and them. Like, these cats is perverts. Like, a lot of these AI pages y'all be seeing online is Elon Musk himself. Like, these cats is perverts. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, y'all got the peep game. Y'all be retarded. Y'all be out here just talking, but y'all don't be listening to me. The reason why I talk the way I talk, and then when I'm saying other stuff, because I understand these people is watching. Y'all don't seem to understand that. Y'all get online, start uploading content, and think y'all talking to this regular people. The majority, 90% of your audience is the people that's in your that you put in your title. You put Elon Musk in your title, Elon Musk watching you. Anybody intelligent online, that's all of them who they only know how to watch and go ahead and do psyops on and shit like that. This is their technology. This is their shit. Don't think it's not them. Why do you think every time we start expressing something, it becomes their sentiment? Then you start seeing it through their puppets. And we start expressing, you can even use racism. Ain't no rappers, ain't nobody fucking thinking about no damn racism or something like that. That's how you know Lord Jamar is a goddamn fed or whatever, because he a rapper or whatever the case. They're sitting around watching us and then saying, hey, this is something that the people that we can piggyback off and try to make money off of. That's what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all on some motherfucking bullshit if you think otherwise. You know what I'm saying? Even for Lord Jamar to be up there talking about he a motherfucking flat earther. He don't give a fuck about the world being round or motherfucking flat. He's just a government psyop. All these rappers is and things of that nature. They just here to cause confusion, and they got handlers telling them that that's okay to do and don't believe in shit, some type of shit, some dumb shit that they be talking about. That really all them realize the people that's telling you that don't be giving a fuck about y'all either. They rob y'all blind when they done with y'all, butt break y'all, put y'all in jail too and shit like that. Just like I don't even understand why Kevin Gates did that. That whole relationship was fake. Like 90% of these people, what they be doing is fake, right? And then when the police hit you upside the head again and things of that nature and shit, and like just like the fucking Fed shot camera on in DC. No, I said like 90 they'll wait if someone do it to you. If not, if the situation just right and you motivated and shit like that, they'll do it because they know you won't do nothing but blame it on whatever they motivated you to be involved in. You know what I'm saying? You'll be somewhere on live talking about my ops did this to me. Your ops probably just claimed it. Your ops ain't probably had nothing to do with that shit. Probably the feds, you dumbass bitch. Yeah, all that bitch flunked that ass. But I love all y'all from the bottom of my heart. Y'all stay spiritually protected. Real shit. Just stay the fuck out the way and stay amongst people that's like-minded. That shit, let people talk to their motherfucking selves. Everybody going to hell on all sides. Anytime you exercising some shit that ain't unrelatable. Ain't no talent in none of that shit anyway. You know what I'm saying? No relatability. Don't know how to connect with other individuals, no matter what race they are. Just reprobate, babble mouth. So be careful when you even online listening to opinion-based channels. You got genuine people. Shout out to all the natives. We don't really do this, but my channel are the natives. Freedmans, that's intelligent. That got some kind of common sense and shit like that. That's genuine. But anytime something ungenuine, that's a person that don't even care about themselves. So they think that they got something juicy based upon what they think a public opinion to be. And then they whole channel will probably get flooded by some public opinion shit about around a whole bunch of people you wouldn't even dare talk to in real motherfucking life. So it can only be a damn fan behind that damn channel or someone who made them even comfortable enough to open their goddamn mouth to just be joining their podcasts and panels and shit like that. Like somebody sitting around listening to your funky ass and shit like that. These be goddamn the bitches with 10,000 damn kids or goddamn retardation, mental illness and shit like that. Just got out of a mental institution or goddamn shit, family issues, family problems and shit. They ain't no representation for themselves. They haven't been online 10 years plus. They don't got no content or nothing like that. Yet they think their opinions mean fuckers. And no, we got to start shaming people again. Real shit. We can't be letting, because if we keep letting that go on, this is how feds is able to make AI bots and censor, motion censor fake video AIs, and then really they just be expressing how they see y'all. So if y'all start seeing a lot of content of black women acting ratchet or getting fired or something like that, there's a white boy behind that. That's how they look at y'all. Then they're trying to motivate other black people to hate on black women and black other stuff. It's tricky and shit like that. Y'all won't know. Like, y'all be on TikTok and it could be any ethnicity. Man, the feds run TikTok the way they was running Facebook. And they got some motion video censor and shit like that. So you'll be getting played on by a whole white boy cult for you to argue against your own people. They only doing that to y'all freemans and stuff. They trying to do Native Americans and that, but they don't know how to do it. They make a damn Mexican mixed with an Asian or some shit like that and try to do it, or however the case may be. Unless they taking my AI image of some real natives or somebody in Navajo or some real natives around here or something and try to do it on the East Coast, but they haven't got invested into that yet. They just got invested in the NIGA program and the German man program and shit like that. So it's always gonna be somebody heavily beard or dreadlocks or high top fade or like, you know what I'm saying? They only got a certain amount of character frames. You know what I'm saying? They be picking from, because this is how they look at y'all. They think about y'all. So let's say you an old man online, and let's say you talking spiritual or some conscious shit or whatever, like they're getting ready to send a whole bunch of different caricatures that really, in their mind, they think they playing you. If you got enough common sense, you'll be able to debunk them even when you don't know what's going on. If you're a female content creator and shit like that, they'll start sending a whole bunch of people with your kind of name, this version of your name, this version of your name, and shit like that. They'll be trying to play this is how they try to play your God, through bribery. They got to, first, they're going to try to contact you, right? If you think they're a real person or whatever like that, and start trying to get real personal with you, right? So if you got somebody that's a stranger online trying to get personal with you and they ain't trying to meet you in real life or whatever the case may be, that's a fed. So be careful of that. They'll use bribery. If you online trying to get likes or monetize or something like that, they'll hit you with that. And that's where they'll ease their way in. You let Remick in, because it'll be an image thinking that it's you or somebody that they think that you will like, male or female. And then it'll be, hey, you should do this. This is a good idea. And then slide into your personal life. And before you know it, you giving the feds all your information and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? This is how they try to get me and shit. Listen, they done sent the fire truck to my house about damn 10, 15 times. Prank called my damn phone for like months straight. Sent the hospital here. Sent police talking about people was waving guns and shit like that. Listen, the government is the highest form of racists and criminals ever. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever take no government side like they're superheroes. We be paying for them to exercise military on us. Don't get that. So this is why don't ever be alone. Always have some type of connection with your neighborhood. Let every single person know. Let all your family know, all your friends know that, yes, the government is the only people practicing militia and secret psyops on people. No one else, all the way till they got us arguing about foreigners. You protect the minds of your children. Now, just imagine, right? Now, I got my daughter and shit like that, and something weird was to motherfucking happen. They don't give a fuck. Yet I don't have a crime sheet and I'm online minding my business and they made up that scenario to do that. I don't respect that. I'm a grown-ass fucking man with a child. See what I'm saying? A young girl. Ain't no coming back from that. I don't want no parts of that shit. You see what I'm saying? Like shit like that. Like I don't know. If you fucking 50, 60, I don't want to see your crusty ass on no motherfucking news channel thinking you relating to anything of a good idea or whatever. You either try to be relatable or get your funky ass on. Don't be waiting around for no vote about shit. You know what I'm saying? Leave people alone. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. But that's where we at with it. We not on needing the government for shit. If the government owe people, pay people. But we'll build our own culture up. We'll build our own self up off our feet. You know what I'm saying? And if you just want to leave and take everything that you thought you created, go and you do that too. But ain't nobody and I ain't gonna have no children in no area be involved in any of that. Whether the government is involved or not, I guarantee where I'm at and anybody who listening to me, neighborhood grass is cut, ain't doing no crimes. Rather spend more time with your talents and your gifts and present that. You know what I'm saying? Or that bribery, see, fuck that. Even if you only getting 10 views, I'll watch you. That's the native mind here. The real great Yehovah spirit. Your grandma is back. How things supposed to be. Don't fucking worry about no fucking demons. You know what I'm saying? You get nothing out of that but P. Diddy type shit. You better understand that. There's nothing exciting about it. Nothing exciting about their culture. Nothing exciting. And let them fight over whatever they fighting for on their own. You don't need to participate. What do they got to do with you? You know what I'm saying? They can raise gas prices to $30 per gallon. Fuck a car at that point. Start just getting with your damn people and shit like that. This is people creating situations, false frustrations to make people rich that you need other people you making frustrated for you to be rich. Oxymoron shit. There's never going to be no logic behind shit. You know what I'm saying? But I love all y'all from the bottom of my heart. And keep your hands to yourself. Flight boss, bitch, you know. For sure. You're not listening to the Mind of Terry's Moon. I'm the Royal Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And even the people that they've been supporting, they don't even work as hard. They have to create psyops to make it seem like people like me ain't working hard and steal my template so they can slide in and say, hey, y'all, this is what it looks like to work hard. Some shit that don't even look like working hard. Just sitting up here being a commentator for 8 fucking hours. There wasn't no spiritual quality behind it, no meaning behind it. You ain't presenting no talent. They're trash when it comes to any creative talent or whatever the case may be. That's how you know that's how you know how much they hate Native Americans. Take that in. Take that in. They doing you the same way.